Hello my dear beautiful bastards and welcome to a brand new game called The Last Leviathan. This game is a mix between Besiege and From the Depths, in which you build ships and conquer the seas. The game is coming out on June 22nd and it will cost $10. Since the game itself features a logo of Tentaclar, our beloved Eater of Souls from Planet Coaster, we will build Tentaclar's Battleship. The first thing that needed to be built was the deck of the ship, of course. I kept adding the little blocks, and as I added them, the urge to add even more just kept piling on like the dead bodies in the Battle of the Bastards, just never-ending need to kill people. Or, well, place more blocks. Eventually the game forced me to stop adding them, because of the bounding box. I don't think you can disable it in this game, but that's a good idea because my entire computer went to shit even with just the base of the ship built. Once the main deck was built, I needed a nice underside that would keep the ship properly floating. I used little slanted blocks to create what I believe is called the port side. As I approached the bottom, where both slanted sides connected, I placed the keel. If I had a heavier accent, saying that I'm placing a keel at the bottom of a ship would probably put me on a list. Next step was fixing the area under the bow and the stern, so it makes a bit more sense. I tried my best creating rounded tips on both sides, but since this is a game with blocks, it had to be a bit rough. Speaking of the bow and stern, I needed to adjust the deck to add some pointiness. Thanks to the slanted blocks, that was quite easy to achieve. I also thinned out the deck a bit, because the ship seemed a bit too wide for my liking, and then I started adding the wider blocks that would serve as a railing, or rather wall, on the side of the ship. I added some barrels for decoration, and then propellers near the bottom of the ship. For a ship this size, even 3 large propellers aren't quite enough to reach high speed, but since you would need a supercomputer to efficiently play with this ship, it doesn't really matter. Now I added some additional brighter blocks onto the deck to add some style, as well as the sails on top of poles, some lights, and Tentaclar's husband as the mascot, who will strike fear into the souls of anyone who approaches this ship. The game actually does have dedicated deck flooring, and I decided to use it a bit to add more style points to the ship. This way the deck area could be reserved for highly skilled shipmen, while the rest is where the peasants spend their time. I added some circular armor to the sides and then some weapons in between the side walls. The fire cannons are on the ground, controlled by peasants, while the deck cannons are on the actual deck that I added. I also placed 2 mortars near the deck. After placing a couple of more decorations, I tried it out. Despite running at 3 frames per second, it is still a very enjoyable ship that is easily staying above the surface. I am proud of Tentaclar's Battleship because it is my first ship in this game, and given how bad I am at things when I do them for the first time, this is a pleasant surprise. All of the ships that I create will be available in the Steam Workshop, so in case you wish to play the game, you will also be able to destroy your PC with my creations. That would be all for now, but expect more ships and actual gameplay with smaller ships that won't lag like crazy. Thanks for watching, I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt.